Well, it was exactly a year ago tomorrow, the 16th of March 2020, when it became pretty clear, I think to most of us, that everything was about to change, and the edict came out that we had to stop unnecessary contact. It wasn't the full lockdown, that came I think the following week. But on the 16th of March last year, I started recording these wee things to camera. The idea was to do one a day, just for something to do, right? Because it was obvious that this was going to be a long haul and gigs were cancelled. So I thought I'll do one a day. But very quickly it became apparent that both of my parents having dementia would pose some set of problems. And one of the first things that happened during the first wave, if you like, was their home care package was halved. It was not essentially, it was halved. Sister Mo was, isolating? What was it? Vulnerable isolating. And absolutely fair, of course you would. But that meant that was basically the start of my daily trips to Airdrie. And since then, things got worse and worse. Over the May Day weekend, Father John ended up in hospital with the first of his recurring urine infections of the pandemic. He'd had them many times before, but this was the first one of the pandemic. And he was swabbed positive, or tested positive, whatever. Turns out it was bogus. And it was his high temperature that was causing problems. But to say that caused it caused some sort of anguish in the family and all the rest of it. Anyhow, things went on and both of them started to get a wee bit worse with their dementia. Father's urine infection kept recurring until he ended up in the Monklands on the day before Hogmanay, I think it was. Thereafter went to Kilsyth Cottage Hospital, which is where he's been until today, the 15th of March 2021, when he was transferred to his new residential care home, a place that deals with and specialises in the kind of behaviour that he's been shown with his dementia. So fingers and everything else crossed, Marty Feldman eyes, that works out. This was the first song that I posted when I started doing these, but I deliberately wanted to just, the same way that I said something on day one, I just kind of wanted to draw this one to a wee close by saying why I've been doing it. And well, yeah, the downshot of the parents, or the upshot, downshot, whatever, is that I couldn't do one a day. That very quickly fell. But I tried to catch up whenever I could, but there was a period of 2 months, I think, in the autumn, where I couldn't pick up a guitar or play the piano. I didn't have a song in me, until eventually I sort of forced myself to, you need to do something to get out of this. And thankfully they've all been uploaded to the old YouTube, and this will be number 365 on day number 365. Essentially, it's helped to keep me sane. I know that some of you have enjoyed it, and that's been absolutely fantastic. And at least as many of you went, oh fuck, no him again, fast forward, or whatever the scrolling equivalent of that might be. So this, the last one I'm going to do of year one, song 365, is the same as the first song that I put up, because despite it all, and despite everything else, it's still a wonderful world.
3, 4. I see trees of green, red roses too, and I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day, and the dark secret night. And I think to myself, What a wonderful world. And the colors of the rainbow are so pretty in the sky. They're also on the faces of the people going by. And I see friends shaking hands saying, how do you do? They're really just saying that I love you. I hear babies cry, and I watch them grow. They will learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow are so pretty in the sky. They're also on the faces of all the people going by. And I see friends shaking hands saying, how do you do? They're really just saying, my friend, I love you. I hear babies cry, and I watch them grow. They will learn much, much, much more than I will ever know. Yet I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
Thanks very much for your company over the past year. And let's hope to Christ that we do meet face to face down the road of peace pretty soon.